You know, I listen to a lot of people who are black celebrities and whatever now starting to talk about the importance of mental health, but they are only talking about it on a cosmetic level. Yeah, they're only talking about it on a cosmetic level. They won't go into that detail of being a child of a parent, and we got to call it for what it is, being a child of a single mother, because a majority of black children who grew up from Generation X till now are products of single mothers. It's just the way it is right now. So anyway, a lot of us have suffered because mental health continues to be a taboo subject. People, parents tend to only care about how the effects of your issues are upon their social life rather than getting you the proper help you need. Because if they got the proper help that you need, there wouldn't be a day of them feeling embarrassed for your outbursts. But it's been so much sweeping under the rug that they just go to this phase where they want to wash their hands of you because you have mental health issues. And then you grow up, you go out into the world, and you repeat the same cycle with your children. This is what's going on now. And the cycle has to stop somewhere. There's children who grew up to adults right now who live through the PTSD and don't even realize they got PTSD because such words cannot be uttered in a black household. You get what I'm saying? There's children that got beaten just for existing and asking for something from a parent who came home from a stressed out day. And they want you to make good on a promise that they asked you for something, and then when you don't say you don't feel like it, and then you told them that they're ready to whoop your ass. Yes, we go through that. And then this is our upbringing. Generational curses. What I talk about that before? There's true generation curses. And then there's just generational ignorance. But the generation curses when it comes to mental health, man, they are prevalent. And then you will often hear a sibling of yours, maybe, a cousin of yours, maybe, a aunt or uncle of yours saying and defending this type of behavior, saying, this is the way, that's the only way we knew how. That's the only way we knew how. And tell me you haven't heard that before. I'll be shocked if you haven't heard that before as a black American. Especially when it comes to how the black mother is treated. The black mother is treated as infallible. You got certain kids that you cannot say any truth about their mom or bring up anything because they will go ape shit on you. You could be a sibling and you bring up the fact of how this way was, oh, don't talk about it like that, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out that it's always the ones who suffered the less wrath that always telling you what to say. It's always those. It's always that one that's telling you because they got out scot-free most of the time. They don't understand. They're not around. They're not there. They're not going through it. They don't have PTSD. They haven't been in anything that warrants the same. They don't think on the same frequency. And you always got that one child in the family. Or two. Or three. Some of them eventually wake up and they wake up at a later time in their life. And I'm sorry, I'm not a shit stirrer, but you can't just always grow up and just move on as if it never happened. Yes, I understand we all mentally mature. But I'm an accountability person. I spent all my life being held accountable for shit that I did not even do. And there's many other people who are like me who actually understand what's going on here. And you grew up in results and accountability with results based and accountability. If you were told to do something, you were expected to do it, right? Especially from a parent. And they just like, do as I say, not as I do. That's how a lot of us were raised. Now, look at this whole thing. Now we older and we like, you know what? I haven't forgotten. Accountability. Okay, where is it now? I'm an adult. You're an adult. I don't give a damn who you are. Where's the accountability? Oh no, it's never. It just like this is why a lot of resentment happens amongst a lot of parents and their children once those children come of age. There's a lot of unfinished business going on here, and nobody ever wants to talk about it at all. People feel like they're in a better point in their life that they don't want to talk about the shit that they did. There's never no doing anything wrong. And you know what? You're going to raise your nemesis. And if a person like me and many others who think like me going to be for you, that's on you. No one should feel sorry for you. You can only raise but so many subservient fools in your life. And you're going to always have that one that may not be what you think they should be, but they are the antithesis. They are their own person. And then you have those who do well in life, but the pressure on them is strong too. And you see how this cycle goes? You see how the cycle goes? You got the children who do things that are appealing to the eye of the mom. Then you got the ones that's the disappointment. And meanwhile, the one who do the things is going through so many different things themselves. But they want to uphold this image of perfection. And they're suffering as well. And then you got the ones who feel like they never did anything right at all. And they don't realize how much in common they got with one another as siblings and children and things. But there's one common factor, and that's that black family. It's that black parent. And how it's passed throughout the generations. And this whole thing has to stop about not being able to talk about it. There's always a deflection. They're never wrong. And from a person who has been wrong so many times in their life, I'm sitting there looking at you like, I know you ain't fucking. You have that. You know you said that when you say like, I know you ain't talking, motherfucker. You got that type of mentality, and you just want to shut up and stay away before you say something you regret, even though they have said many, many hurtful things to you and told you to suck it up. This is the whole factor of why mental health is such a problem in the black community, because we're told to not talk about it, not acknowledge that it's a thing. That's what we're told, to not acknowledge it's a thing. And definitely we're told not to call out its source. A lot of the times it be matriarchy. And when it turns out to be the matriarchy, oh, hell no. That can't be a problem. She's never wrong. Why? Because she's the only one that was there. Your daddy ain't this, blah, 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 this, that, and the fourth. And I know because I've seen it at many calls that I have gone to for domestic disputes, or this child, the black child, acting out and having whatever conditions or any mental health thing, or just acting out. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm tired of seeing it, and it strikes a nerve. I'd be disingenuous if I sat here and told you that I didn't go through such things. How do you think I can talk about certain things with passion? I've been walking on eggshells for a long time. I ain't want to kick over hornet's nest and poke the bear, but somebody has to make that line. Somebody has to draw that line, actually, and things need to be talked about and aired out in a lot of black families, between black children and their parents. Instead of just sweeping it under the rug until it explodes, and then that person is too far gone, or that person grows to learn how to compensate and hide their abilities. But when he or she meets somebody, that person that they meet doesn't know, because they have learned to hide and compensate. And by the time that person realizes just how messed up he or she is, they done had a child together. And guess what? The curse of the generation just continue and continue and continue. But I digress, y'all. Anyway, because I'm a Fury, I'm here, and now I'm out. Peace.